Hello, beautiful humans. I'm Jen Madrone, and today we're going to talk more about the egoic death process and get specifically talking about that part of the process that happens for most of us, and sometimes we can experience this throughout the process, and that's the experience of feeling like you're actually dying when we're going through the egoic death experience and that process, we may start to feel like we're physically dying or feel like we're half dead, or we just have this dread or looming fear of death that starts to come up. And this, of course, can be extremely scary and frightening and disorienting because this is not what we usually think of the awakening experience to be like. This is not what we were sold in the pamphlet of spiritual awakening or personal growth. Of course, visualized a much brighter and illuminating and expansive experience. And yet, when we go through the egoic death process, it is all of those things. However, um, there's something that is actually dying in us, and that is why we are experiencing those feelings of death and of dying, because there's parts of us that is dying. Because what happens in the awakening process is that our vibration is shifting, our frequency is shifting, and so whatever is not a vibrational match for that frequency cannot exist within us anymore. And so all of those old attachments, all of that old pain, all of that old wounding, all of those things that we thought we were has to leave. It has to die in order for that higher vibration that is directly connected with our authentic nature to be able to really embody and fill us up. And um, I was I was sinking in and connecting with my guides about this and asking them about this. And, what they showed me is that when we are hooked into the matrix, when we believe the illusion of this 3D world, and we believe the illusion of um, the fact that we are just 3D beings and only these bodies and nothing more. That when we live in that world of our programs, of our imprintings, of all of the expectations of our family and society, that we're already dead, that we're already on the side of death. And what the awakening experience does is it leads us back to life. It leads us back to fully living our full potential of who we actually are and what it is that we brought to this earth to share. And so the egoic death experience is really just starting where we already are, as, kind of dead to ourselves, dead to that authentic nature. And so we have to move through that death process. We have to start where we're at and move through that death process in order to be fully connected to life, in order to fully live that true nature and that beautiful essence that we brought here to the planet. And so what I was being shown is that we're all being guided back to the world of the living, basically, and out of the world of the dead. And it can be really scary and disorienting because it's a completely new experience of what what our life has been up until now. And I remember long periods of time of going through this process and feeling dead. I was going through my life. I was doing the things I needed to do, but I felt dead inside. And it was not fun and completely unpleasant and not what I wanted. But I allowed that dying to occur. I allowed all of the old things, all of the old identities, all the old attachments, and the lower vibrational energies in me to die away. And as we do that, as we allow that dying to occur completely, then what we experience is that now there is space for our light to shine. Now it's no longer covered up by all of these things that we thought we were, all of these illusions. And then our true nature starts to fill us and move through us. And this is when we come back to life. This is the rebirth. And this is why we go through the awakening process. And it can be really difficult. This isn't the fun part of the process. It's not the sexy part of the process. I sat down to do this video and I was like, oh, great, we're talking about death again on a Friday night. Like, okay, but it is absolutely an essential part of the process to let those old parts of us die away, because awakening is a destructive process. It is absolutely necessary to destroy all of the things that have been obscuring your light, that have been keeping you living in fear, keeping you living in grief, keeping you living in worry and doubt and self-judgment. And so all of those things have to be destroyed. They have to be cleared away and they have to die, so that who you really are as a being of light, as an energetic, eternal being, can really shine through you and really bring your light to this earth, because that's why you came here. So I'm just sending so much love to all of you, especially those of you who are going through this right now and experiencing these feelings of death and dying. And know that if you want some help moving through this part of the process and really breaking down and destroying those illusions that are wanting to die, then please reach out to me, private message me, and we can talk and see if the work that I do and the program that I teach or the private sessions are a good fit for you. So lots of love to all of you. I hope you guys have a beautiful night, and we'll see you in the Facebook group.